So because of that, getting shows were the hardest thing. Like people didn't want to book me because they're just like, oh, she's new and she's upcoming. We don't know if she's good enough. So like, even though I don't remember, I want to pick up the first promoter that actually said, you know what, let me take a chance on this girl because let's see if she's actually as dope as they claim her to be. So that alone, I couldn't get shows. And then now it's just like, it's here. Like
she's doing it. Yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome to Vibing Out with Texony. I'm your host, Texony, aka Mr. WorldVibe. And what we have here is a community to give local voices a public platform of shared ideas, knowledge, and perspectives. So welcome back to another Feature Fridays where I bring guests on to do exactly what I talked about, sharing ideas, knowledge, and perspectives. And if you've never been here before, if this is your first time, visiting Vibing Out with Texony, visiting this community, well, hello, welcome in. Feel free to give this channel a subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, follow and subscribe. This is the only way we grow as a community is when you guys follow and share the episode with others. And if you're on YouTube again, give the video a like, a comment. All these things really, really help our community here. So I appreciate you for being here. And so for many of y'all who know, this is the last month of season 2. And this is the last Feature Fridays of season 2. So if you haven't checked out the other episodes, I've had so many guests on this podcast. They've all been amazing. Check them out. But we're here now and we have 2 amazing guests. I usually don't do 2 guests at once on one episode, but Tiffanie, Malvo, and Shola OG are my 2 guests, and they knew each other already, so it was just so easy and effortless to bring them together on this 3-person conversation that we had. So let me talk to you just about what the episode's about, and a little bit about Tiffanie and Shola. So Tiffanie Malvo, she is a reggae dancehall recording artist, and she's actually originated from Jamaica, and then she is now based out of Toronto. So she is so talented. I just want to say that right now. She's so talented. She's great vibes. To meet her, it was such a pleasure, and to chop it up with her. And then for Shola as well, he's a great person, just great energy, and we think the same way. We have similar mindsets. He's an entrepreneur as well. He started with a record label, and now he is the owner, and he runs Nuff Love Apparel, which is a clothing company. Amazing clothes. I'm telling you, I have the bucket hat. You've probably seen me wear it before. And you'll see it in this episode. So yeah, it was just an amazing episode talking to these 2 successful people in their own rights. And then we kind of chop it up on like how our come-ups were, the success, the failure, and it was just words of encouragement. We just encourage each other. I think that's what a lot of people need nowadays when it comes to taking your own businesses and brands going forward. And at the end, you'll hear a little freestyle, so be ready for that. I don't want to spoil too much, but I appreciate you for being here. One more thing before we start, I do have my audiobook that is coming out June 15th. So if you're watching this on Friday when this episode comes out, stay tuned. Next week, I'm dropping my audiobook, How to Vibe Out, an audiobook. I dropped the ebook April 1st, but I'm going to have the audiobook as well. So you can buy the ebook, the audiobook, or both for a reduced price. So stay tuned for that. All the links and stuff are going to be in the bio of my Instagram, and any other links are in the description of this episode, including the links to follow Tiffanie, follow Shola. Go check out what they're doing. They have so much going on, and I really appreciate them as well. And I also want to shout out Mark for bringing me towards Tiffanie and Shola. I would have never met these 2 if it wasn't for him. So thank you, Mark. And again, as always, thank you, that production space, the studio where I actually record this episode. So big shout out to them. They've been supporting the podcast and hosting our Feature Fridays since the beginning of season 2. So yeah, enough shout outs. Just really appreciative, and you're going to enjoy this episode. I'll see you on the other side of it. All right. Enjoy. So what's up, guys? Welcome. We're back with another podcast, and it's not every day that I have high energy, positive, self-made creatives beside me on an episode. But today I actually have two individuals that fit that description and successful in their own rights, of course. And they're here to talk about themselves and their brands. So we're going to chop it up and, just talk everything that we can relate on, from music, from apparel, and just having our own businesses and companies, so to speak, right? So I want to introduce you guys Shola, a.k.a. Nuff Love Apparel, and Tiffanie Malvo. So
Hola.
welcome to these two. How are you both doing today?
Doing good, man.
I'm great.
Yeah?
I'm great.
Can't complain.
Can't complain, right?
Yeah.
I feel like these times are it's good times because people are slowly getting out more and more. So I feel like it's a little optimism in the air when I go outside.
Right.
The fact that it's good weather coming up, like
The good weather is making people
So
go outside. Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, man.
So when I usually do podcasts with people, I was telling Shola, I usually do like one-on-one podcasts. I usually do a 2-person, but this is different. This is a 3-person podcast. So it's, instead of me just kind of asking a question, like one back and forth, I figured we can kind of do like have conversations, you know what I mean? And kind of collaborate on ideas.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the only one asking a question. If you feel like you want to ask something, we can just have a free flowing conversation if we feel like doing something like that, right?
Yeah, we could do that for sure.
I mean,
yeah.
But I think, first of all, people kind of want to learn a bit about both of you. So, like I said, they're both creative individuals, entrepreneurs in their own rights, and with a social media presence, brands, and things like this. So maybe we should kind of just take turns talking about kind of who we are and what we do. You want to go first, Shola?
Yeah, sounds good. So, as Tex said, my name is Shola OG, and I'm an entrepreneur / recording artist myself too, right? And so I have the brand. I started the brand Nuff Love, family-owned run business. And as well, I rap too, so I get in the booth too. So, yeah.
That's true. Yes. And then yourself?
Okay, so I'm a recording artist. I do dancehall, reggae, different genres. Based here in Toronto, originally from Jamaica. Music is my everything. I grew up in it. My dad's a producer. Work with a lot of big artists. So yeah, that's about it.
Right on. Yeah, so similar in music for both of you, but we all have different upbringings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe we can maybe take a step back for people who want to learn a little bit more about, where you guys kind of come from with your background to get to where you are now with your level of success, right? So maybe we can do that for a bit to just give people a little more information. So like, why did you, for example, Shola, why did you get into music? Why did you get into apparel? Like, what kind of brought you to where you are today?
Yeah, my whole love for like music and just fashion and whatnot started in the basement of our complex home, right? I grew up in Malton in an area called 3430. And, I'm always hearing like my brother playing artists like Wu-Tang, Tupac, the classic artists, classic albums from his basement. So I'd always rush down there after school to watch the music videos and whatnot. Fell in love with Tupac, the track Dear Mama, right? That's really what drew me into music. And from there, I knew definitely I was wanting to get into music. So when I was in like grade 10, I started DJing. Had a DJ crew called Junior Snipers. We did our thing for a while. And that was pretty interesting, kind of experimenting with the ones and twos, and from there, my love for music and all that continuously grew, right? And so for a while, for about 10 years, I used to have an independent label called Role Model Records, where I used to work with artists. So I used to manage artists. And with those artists, I developed their brands, help them develop their music and get out there, market them, right? And after the 10 years, it's like, I felt like I built them up to a place where they were good on their own to take it to the next level and do their own thing. And so that's when I decided, because I also wanted other things that I wanted to do myself.
Naturally, right.
And that's where I started the clothing brand, Nuff Love Apparel. And as well, got into music and other types of businesses as well, too. So it's been a long journey. Started from the basement, started from the bottom, but we here, right?
Literally, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how you say that, like, you because we're talking earlier for a bit about how you dealt with the music side, but more so helping people build their music profile and their and kind of how you like doing that part of it.
Yeah.
And then
Love it.
because not a lot of people like that side of it. Not a lot of people like the production side as much.
True.
So a lot of people just like the craft alone. So you really compliment those people. Like I'm sure for yourself, I mean, you're so into like music, actually making the music.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy like the actual other side of it? Like how's your progression been?
I love all sides. Like I love entertainment on a whole. I like being behind the scenes, but definitely being on stage is my thing. Music for me, I grew up in it, like I said. So after school for me was going to a studio because my dad was recording artists, and it was just like, okay, if it's not the studio, I'd be home and artists will be coming to the house. And I'm just like, okay. So it was hard to like dodge that. I was always in like dance and acting and stuff like that, but music is what really like it brought everything out of me, like, you know, my creative side and everything. I like being on stage. I like writing and recording. So yeah.
Yeah, she's a dope performer too. I haven't seen her live. I want to get to see her live, but I've seen her virtually because of all this pandemic stuff.
Right. Have you got a chance to be live, or are you missing that right now? Or?
Oh my God. I think that's like the worst thing right now. I mean, I enjoy these virtual shows, but there's nothing like having the crowd, the feedback, and the whole vibe. And as much as he's saying to me that he wants to see me perform, I'm going to say this. I have worn a lot of tracksuits in my time. And not because he's sitting here. The dopest. Canada is cold, and I'm telling you, I cry for cold consistently. And this, I don't know. I even said to my friend, I'm just like, listen, I think everybody's wanting to do their thing now, where everybody wants to, you know, try something. And nothing is wrong with that. Nope. But when you can start like from such a small business and the quality is that amazing, listen.
I appreciate that.
No, and I'm dead serious. Like I was just saying, it's even my brother in the car. I'm like, yo, it's because if you give me something to wear and it's just to rep your brand, if I like it, I'll wear it. Yeah. But if I'm not in love with it, I won't wear it again. But I'll wear it just to show you some love. But I've worn that tracksuit.
And you were wearing the tracksuit like almost a year ago or something. I seen that.
Over and over.
Like Ford said, they're built for tough, but we're built for cold. Canada's weather, right?
Trust me. You don't need a jacket with that sweater.
Should be a logo right there. Yeah. Should be a slogan.
It's dope.
Yeah, okay. No, I like that you're able to support each other in certain ways. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Yeah. And I like that you have a mission behind what you do. It's not just about clothes, and it shows, like you said, the quality that puts a level above. Yeah, right. I said I was gonna get my hair braided for this episode so I could wear the bucket hat, and I got it done just today. To wear the bucket hat. So
I'm wondering. I'm like, yo, is Tex gonna wear his? Because I really want to rock mine right now, right? So
I'm slipping. I should actually wear it. You know,
it's dope.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I don't know how bucket hats look on me. I don't know if I have the right.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's working.
It's okay?
Yeah.
It's working.
If he says so, then it's good to go, right?
It's
working. All right.
You got the Malvo approval.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll keep it on now for the rest of the day. So, I mean, it's just good to hear that you guys have both been thriving with what you do. Because like you said, people want to try new things. Yeah. People want to experiment.
Yeah.
And it's a good time to do that. But I think a lot of people get discouraged with like failing. Because you have to fail at something, right?
I think the reason why that happens is because of social media. Because social media is less like has this scary thing of, oh, everybody's seeing when they fail and everybody wants to have a comment. Oh, you didn't do so good, or you're not good enough. And it's just like, those are the same people who are even scared to try in the first place. So, I mean, the fact that people want to try new things, everybody, with the lockdown, everybody knows their talents now. Everybody who's doing makeup, and I'm just like, finally.
Right.
Y'all doing what you love anyway. Like, you guys actually love this, so do it.
Facts. And just
took a boost.
Just to feed off of what Tiffany's saying, is like, I feel like you're talking about people are afraid to fail, but when you go on social media, you see the complete version of whatever it is that people are doing. So whether they're makeup artists or whether they're artists or whatever the case may be, they see the finished product. Yeah. They're seeing what's good. No, that's where people stop. They just stop at social media, right? But once you actually like dig into, you know, somebody that you love, let's say for me, like one of my favorite artists of all time is Nipsey Hussle. And when you dig into his career, his life, how he started, it wasn't always roses, right? And so when you look at that, when you look at the fact that these people failed, but they got back up and now you're seeing the finished product, that's going to encourage you to know that, yeah, you might fall, you might fail first time, but you get back up and you keep doing it. And one day you'll also be the finished product. You understand? So, yeah.
That's true. And as creatives, like it's it's hard to feel like you have to put you don't want to put your failures out there. It's not something that you feel like doing. It's hard to put out the complete version. Like you said, we put out our successes. That's what we're naturally feel like doing. People want to see that, but they don't see the struggles. Like everyone has their own struggles. That's what people need to see,
though, because a lot of times people see the finished product and think they can skip the steps. You can't skip the steps. Never skip the steps.
So, I mean, you're both successful in your own ways. And I feel like people watching and listening, they want to know what kind of struggles, because when people come to me and they're like, yo, Tex, like, why do you work so hard? Like, just stop if it's too much. Or they ask questions because they don't really understand the certain like things that you have to do in whatever entrepreneurial mindset, whatever venture you're taking. They don't understand the challenges. So maybe both of you can speak on like a challenge that you've had and kind of how you had to overcome that just for yourself, for your company, for your brand, or for just going through, you know, your specific lane.
Yeah, that's dope though.
Challenges. Okay, so as a performer, I remember when I started out, a lot of people here in Canada knows who my father is, because like I said, he's an artist and a producer and all that. But with that being said, I kind of tried to drift away from that because I didn't want to be like get opportunities based on the fact of my name. So because of that, getting shows were the hardest thing. Like, people didn't want to book me because they're just like, oh, she's new and she's upcoming. We don't know if she's good enough. So, like, even though I don't remember, I want to pick up the first promoter that actually said, you know what, let me take a chance on this girl, because let's see if she's actually as dope as they claim her to be. So that alone, I couldn't get shows. And then now it's just like, it's here. Like,
she's doing it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you had to come over. You had to overcome that.
But I had to go through those steps and it's not because of who's in the industry. I still had to take those steps. I still had to, go in the studio. Still had to want to go to a show and expect to be on the show and don't get called up. And I went through all of that. And I'm happy I did, because it made me rooted and grounded where I am right now.
Yeah, imagine if you didn't want to take it your own way and just trying to separate from your dad's success. You really wanted to go your own path.
Yeah, exactly.
If you didn't want to do that, who knows where you would have been, but never mind that.
I didn't want to just ride the wave, you know? Yeah.
So that's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
So,
how about FREESTYLE?
Yeah, I mean, for me on the clothing brand side, I think one of the challenges was like starting the brand during the pandemic, right? With the pandemic, it kind of like, it made things difficult in terms of trying to get fabric and getting things done, things flown overseas and whatnot, right? Because they shut down a lot of the borders and whatnot. And so we're trying to get our run. We had a lot of problems with getting it over to Canada. And then after getting it to Canada, is actually producing it, because nobody's like going to work because the pandemic is fresh. Everybody's staying separated. Yeah. Everybody's staying inside. So we can't even get the stuff produced, you know? And so it was challenging trying to get everything together. So what we had to do really is just really be patient and just really work on building the relationships that we needed in terms of producing the clothes, that we can get it out in a timely manner. So that was a struggle, but we learned a lot through it. We were able to build certain relationships to help us to know how to produce our clothing quicker, you know? And on the music side, it's like putting out music not too far out from when also the pandemic hit. So I put music out, and I was looking forward to performing live, right? Because I really want people to see me live and whatnot. Because I think that when I get on stage, I'm going to kill it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still waiting for that opportunity. And I'm kind of a new artist, so I'm still putting out music, but waiting for the opportunity to perform. So it's been difficult on that end too, because part of being an artist is interacting with people on stage, like Tiffanie would know, right? Yeah. It's one thing to do it online, but it's another thing to do it
not the same
live.
It's not.
Yeah. So
Tiffanie, you should give him like one offer of like when you're the first time on stage, like
of
what?
Course,
you know what I mean?
Honestly, like when it comes to like, you know, helping somebody else, I don't have a problem with that, because like I said, I know what that feels like. But like he said, doing a show virtually, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not.
And I haven't even gotten that opportunity yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not. But I mean, hopefully things will get better. Like, hopefully.
I have a feeling they will, for sure. So we kind of have the challenges side, and it's interesting to speak on those, because people don't necessarily know. Like I said, they don't know what you go through. They just see where you are now.
Yeah.
But on the other side, the flip side of it is the achievements, right?
Yeah.
I feel like for myself, I'm the type I work. I just every day is my own schedule. I mean, make my own schedule, and it's a nice life. But no one gives you breaks, and no one lets you. No one like helps you celebrate your successes. No one tells you when to celebrate. You kind of have to make these plans. Otherwise, you'll just keep working. Yeah. So it's important to celebrate the successes that you've had up to this point.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you want to talk about like a recent success story or something that you have yet to actually celebrate, or something you're about to celebrate from like a milestone that you've appreciated?
I'm about to rebrand now. Yeah.
Okay.
So brand new social media, everything, photo shoots and videos coming and all that. So I'm excited about that. Other accomplishments, I would say, like major ones, is like a lot of the major shows that has happened in Toronto. I've with the Popcorn and the Spice and the Shinsi, I've been on all those shows. Like I've opened for all those people. So for me, that's major. That's a big deal for me. Like I pat myself on the back. I'm like, okay, Tiff, you're doing something. Because sometimes we're hard on ourselves. Especially like you say, when you work for yourself, you're just like, okay, maybe I didn't do this right. Or you don't stop to be like, yo, I did this. Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I mean, major accomplishment for me is actually just starting, starting to do what it is that I love and what it is that I've always wanted to do. A lot of people say that they want to do it, but they never actually really get up and do it, right? Just changing things around for my family, going another direction. Because my family, I grew up with hard workers and whatnot, but nobody really business oriented like that or actually really done it. So I just want to do something different for my family. So that has been a great accomplishment for me, right? And I look forward to so much more.
Nice.
Yeah.
Carving your own path.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not easy. Yeah, 100%.
Call it that for sure.
So yeah, I like how we spoke on the challenges and the successes, because even for myself, I when I finished my first season of my podcast, I threw like a few gatherings, outdoor gatherings, just to bring people together.
Right.
And that's some of the most, that's some of my favorite memories of just bringing together all the people that were there. So yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of speak on that. But for people that are watching and listening, and I think people are at that point, a lot of people in my community are at that point where they want the positive messages, the encouraging messages. It means a lot. It goes a long way. But people still are trying to take that step. Like they're trying to take that step. Like you said, just starting is an accomplishment. That really is.
It's a big deal. You say it's so simple, but the fact that you can say you want to start a clothing line or have a brand, and then you can actually have actual apparel and stuff. Yeah. That's a big deal, because some people don't get past the logo. Trust me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and you spoke about this at the beginning when you said you're just happy for people that how they just are doing what they want and they're starting their businesses.
It's exciting. It's really exciting to see. Trust me, because like I said, my Instagram, my inbox is full. Like, oh, I just started this. Can you try this? And can you try that? And I'm gonna send you this. And I'm just like, okay, okay. But but I like to see it. I like to see, especially when it's your own people. It gives you that like you're like, yes, people are doing stuff. It's exciting.
I like that. That's true. Yeah, I mean, for me, like I didn't want to wait too long on starting my podcast. I started like 2020, but I had it planned. And then the pandemic came. So that was my challenge. It's like, okay, so now I got to do this with the pandemic. So how am I going to bring together guests? How am I going to get people watching when people are home more and they're consuming all different types of content now?
Exactly.
So yeah, I have my own challenges. I didn't get to talk about that before, but I've been through that too myself. And yeah, any points of like that you guys want to speak on that you feel like would add to this conversation? I kind of want to give y'all a chance to kind of think of whatever topic or just kind of open up the conversation for a sec.
I don't really have a topic. But I could definitely freestyle. I could freestyle on whatever you have to say, but I don't really have a topic.
Right.
So you're gonna do a freestyle?
you put yourself on the spot. Is that what you say you're gonna do?
Am I hearing that right now?
For sure. I'll definitely close off and do that.
Wow,
but,
okay.
Okay. I mean,
I asked for a live performance, but I didn't know like it was gonna happen like today. So that's what's up.
Okay, well, we'll make sure we do that.
Wow. Okay.
For sure. But then before we wrap up, I kind of want to just make sure that people watching and listening have some sort of encouraging messages like to take with them, because you both have had your own success. And so for people, like I said, who kind of want to begin what they're doing, they're going to look this way and see us and say, okay, they made it to their level of success. What do I have to do? How do I get there? You know what I mean?
Start.
Listen,
start. Over here we have somebody that does music and has a clothing line. There's so many clothing lines, so many other, but he still started. You know what I mean? And I got the opportunity to even wear stuff. Like, I literally reached out to him to ask him to wear a tracksuit. I came back from Jamaica and was like, this is dope. I need this.
I remember
You know what
that.
I mean? He didn't have to reach out to me. I reached out to him. So, I mean, just start. Everybody else is doing something, but you're different because you're not like everybody else. So start. Yeah.
That's exactly true. What Tiffanie said, you're one of one, you know? And what I would say is, like, really, when you do start, it's like, write down your vision, make it plain, you know, understand it, have a purpose. Because when you have a purpose, you know what destination that you want to reach, and nothing's going to stop you or derail you from that purpose. So, you know, if something doesn't align with your purpose, that's not the route that you're going to take. What does align with your purpose, and the people that align with your purpose is what you're going to do, and the people that you're going to have around you, right? And once you have purpose, with that comes resources. Because if you don't have, I find like me and Tex were talking earlier, and I find like everybody's on this like chase the bag whole situation now, right?
Yes.
But like, money runs faster than people, especially if you're lazy and you're not doing nothing, you're fat and out of shape, right?
That's facts.
But money's there to help you. It's a resource. So money attaches itself to purpose, and once you have a purpose, like I was saying, it is like things just become easier, and the wheels start turning, and you turn into a self-run engine. You understand? So write it down, make it plain, have a purpose, and stay focused, and put everything in God's hands, and He will direct your path all the way. You understand? Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better. Yeah, purpose is everything. I'll speak on that for a sec, because a lot of people, like, you're saying start, and a lot of people will want to start. They'll start, and then they won't, if they don't have the purpose. That
like you said,
failure,
write it down. Sometimes you gotta see it on paper. You know what I mean? Manifest it. Trust me.
Exactly. That's like a roadmap. It's like GPS. You understand? You write it down. The purpose is your destination. You understand? And writing it down, making it plain, is the way to get there. Yeah. So it's a GPS, and we all have it in our cars and our phones.
It's a whole meme.
Right?
Like, right
there you go. And then, serving people is like the highest purpose, I think, in one way or another. Yeah. I think we're all put on this earth to serve people.
Exactly.
And like Shola, like you were saying earlier, sometimes you don't serve people and make money from. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes serving people doesn't bring a lot of money, but it brings a lot of purpose. It brings a lot of value. Right. You know what I mean? So I think finding ways to help people. I wake up every day. What gets me up in the morning is knowing that I have a chance to impact somebody with what I do. Yeah. And I was talking to a few of my friends who are musicians as well, and you know, he was having a tough time getting through the pandemic, so he released a song, and you know, because he was just like, let me just stop sitting on my music. Let me make a song. Like, let me just release something. Seeing the people give him feedback and say, you know, I really, really enjoyed this. I needed this music right now. Yeah. That gave him that purpose, and that you know, kept him going. So I think that purpose comes, for me, it comes with making episodes. I'm sure with you, Shola, it comes with actually having people see your products and hold your products, wear them. Right. And for you, Tiffany, seeing people like listen to your music and vibe to it, and just, you know what I mean? So that's the purpose, right?
And just there, like, it's actually really true, because you said you wake up every day wanting to help people, right? That's what you said, right? That's one of your purposes, right? And on the real, like, this is helping me, because this is like my first interview as like a brand owner and also an artist. So what you're doing is helping me, you know what I'm saying, to get out there to other people. So definitely appreciate that, you know?
And Tiffany gave you a big shout out on the, like, she was like, right? Kept it real. I'm wearing the hat still.
I'm telling you.
No, for real, it's dope. Trust. Yeah, it's dope.
So I have one final question that I ask all my guests. It's just a question you take how you want, and it's, what sets your soul on fire? So that's the question I ask everybody, all my guests, and You want to go first, Tiffany?
That's
You
a
wanna
good question.
Life sets my soul on fire. Just the fact that I can get up and just be me and I'm healthy and you know what I mean, I have my family. Like life sets my soul on fire.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's beautiful right there.
That is, because not everyone's living like, not people are alive, but they're not really living life.
Exactly.
So
that was a spit. Life. You know what I'm saying?
We have to do that for a little
like, set my soul on fire. Life.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I think for me, what sets my soul on fire is really just I'm here to give glory to God, you know, with everything that I do. Knowing that Father above is proud of me in terms of what I do, in terms of like the brand Nuff Love, you know, showing love to other people, in terms of influencing people through music and to get up and to do something for themselves. All glory goes back to God. So that sets my soul on fire. For real.
I like that. I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah.
We're making bangers tonight.
Here we are. We're talking that truth right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, for me, success, for me, what sets my soul on fire is being able to reach a level of success where people around me get to kind of be elevated as well.
Yeah.
Like for me, success is not where like you're at the top of some mountain by yourself. Yeah. Like me being able to wake up and like every day and impact people and bring people up with me, like uplift people. That's what sets my soul on fire. And so kind of feeding into like the value, the purpose. That's what it is for me. But I like I like that. And you know, glory to God. Like that's
what's up, man. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that question. I like your answers. I really appreciate that.
You guys are receiving gems for free right now.
I know, right?
Should put an ad on this or something. Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to acknowledge you both for coming through, for being here. Tiffany, for your sound. I've heard your songs and just having such a versatile, like you're about here trying to, you know, rap for us and freestyle, but you also, you know, sing reggae, dance. So like you have such a versatility. So I want to acknowledge you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and
man.
Shola for starting what you always want to do and following different paths with music, with apparel, because it's not easy being jack of all trades. It's a lot of thinking, a lot of execution. So yeah,
man. Just a shout out to you guys, like Tiffany. Like I've heard her with some legends like Wayne Wonder and stuff, and she runs circles around them. You understand, with the music and
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And Tex for this whole setup and just being passionate about what you're doing and, you know, bringing the vibes. You understand? So yeah, just shout out to you guys, man. The real.
Okay, appreciate it. All right,
keep doing what you're doing, both of you. Like honestly, I haven't done an interview in a while, and I've like said to myself I wasn't going to because I'm rebranding. But then when I checked out your page, and I'm just like, yeah, I want to do this because I really saw that you're doing something. You know what I mean? And then when you said that the interview was going to be like this, I'm like, definitely, because I mean I know him, so I'm just like, this makes it even better. Like what? This is like a whole vibe. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I will. I was gonna do the one podcast at a time, but then I'm like, you both know each other. Like we're all here on the same kind of mission, just in different forms.
Yeah.
So I think it was a better idea to just all come through and just kind of collab on ideas and perspectives. And I'm glad we got to do this.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Yeah. So what's up with that freestyle?
What's up with that freestyle? I think everyone's waiting for that.
Wow. Okay, let's do it like this. Some say the success and don't know the story. One say we fighting, one frown span with glory. Haters chats and don't know nothing, boy. Anything is possible as some mother grow me. Work hard every day and big it up. Daddy tell me say, Tiffy don't give it up. Time with the master as you quint, everything is up. Sweat till you can afford to live it up. Thank you, God, for all that you have done. I raise my hands up to you, and you see me through. There is nothing I can do without you. Thank you, God, for all that you have done. Even though I'm not worthy, I pray and you heard me. You never yet desert me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grew up round the way where certain guys stay holding burners on our waist. On our mind is getting paid, taking drugs to take the pain away. Cause who the heck give a damn about us dirty kids anyway? Let's keep it real, keep it real. We only living for ourselves. Living in hell is the same thing as dying in a cell. I pray you doing well and know you didn't fail. And yes, we will prevail. Hold your head and keep it real. All the lies, all the lies. Yeah.
Vibes. And shit's new too. We're talking about purpose.
Yeah.
They want to see what comes to the surface.
Yeah.
They want to see what other worth is.
Yeah.
Just don't be worthless.
There you go.
That's my four. That's my
There you
Wow.
go. Bars.
Just drop some bars on y'all.
Bars.
There we go. Thank you guys so much for watching, for listening. Thank you both for coming through and having some conversations.
Definitely.
And keeping it real. And yeah, have a good day, everybody. Keep vibing out and see you next time.
Yeah.
What's going on? Hope you enjoyed the episode where music and fashion meet. Again, it was such a pleasure to meet and to talk to my guests, Tiffanie, Malvo, and Shola OG. Y'all were amazing. Thank you for coming through. And thank you for watching or listening to this episode. Be sure to check out the other Feature Fridays. I've had so many amazing guests on this podcast. I'm so grateful. And we got more coming for the rest of season 2. So I'll see you then. Till then, have a good day. This has been Vibing Out with Texony. I'm your host, Texony, a.k.a. Mr. WorldVibe. And I'm signing out. Peace.